Man, what's happening? It's your boy Drake, man. I'm back for another NPE Horizons podcast, installment number 2. It's going to be like an every week type of thing, man. It's an honor to be back, rambling to y'all, ranting to y'all, or whatever this is. In this podcast, just update y'all about my personal shebang, give you my thoughts on just the world at large, whether it be culture, whether it be politics, whether it be whatever, man. And y'all can leave suggestions in the YouTubes, talk about what you want me to talk about. This podcast is going to be listened on Spotify, also on Apple Podcasts, so be on the lookout. So yeah, man, what's popping? Coronavirus. Lord Heavenly Jesus Father. Scary times. Scary terry times, man. I'll tell you the truth. Just watching this stuff unfold, man. Just quarantined at home. We're not going outside because you ain't trying to catch no virus. It's scary stuff, man. You look on the news and you see cases doubled in a day. New York going under. Italy, devastation, havoc. I'm like, shit. Then we reached like 160,000 cases today, man. Like 3,000 deaths. That's ballooned from last week. Last time I was here doing this podcast, it was like 20,000 cases. It's how it is, man. It's how it is. It's getting wild out here. You know, and for me, like, I'm young and healthy. Like, you know, like, actually getting the virus doesn't concern me. What concerns me is making sure my family's straight. But I think they'll be fine. But what I'm worried about is the economic implications. I mean, what's everything always come back to, man? It always comes back to the money. You always got to follow the money. That's usually the root of everything. The root of everything that you know, anything significant in the situation goes back to the money. All right. And, dude, the money ain't looking too good. America's bleeding money. Like, bleeding it. Like, as in, like, they leg got amputated. Like losing money left and right. That's how it is, man. It's scary times out here. The St. Louis Fed, they have released an official report today saying we're going to have 32% unemployment. 32% unemployment. Dude, like, people aren't afraid. You should be afraid, my G. If you have 32% unemployment in the coming months, that isn't something you just, you know, climb on out of unscathed. Like, those jobs don't just automatically come back. Those businesses, those small businesses that had to shut their doors don't just automatically come back. Money doesn't just magically reappear into an economy. When you have 32% of the country unemployed, oh, Father, Lord, Jesus Christ. I'm laughing because that's all you can do. Like, that is unprecedented, at least in modern American history. The height of the Great Depression, the worst unemployment ever got was 25%. And you're talking about 32, surpassing it by a significant amount? Dude, you're talking about, like, political unrest of a scale we haven't seen. Social unrest, people in the streets rioting, looting, scared and confused. Got bread lines wrapping around fucking shelters. Got shelters overflowing, having to kick people back out on the streets. You're talking about the unraveling of our basic systems in America because people will be that pissed off, that scared, that angry. You think the ghettos were rowdy? Imagine when damn near nobody in the ghetto has a stable, decent paying job. Oh, Jesus. You just wait. You just wait till that fucking social unrest hits. That's what I'm concerned about. Millions of people desperate and hopeless. Look, man, have you ever looked in a dude's eye and you see that he feels like he's lost everything? You ever look at somebody's eye and they're like, wow, he has nothing. That's a desperate look. That's a look at somebody who will do anything to survive. Anything, by any means necessary. Because they realize that their ass is being held to the fire right now by the whole entire system. And when that system starts unraveling, everybody's ass is on the line. You're going to see a lot of those looks going around. That's not something you want to see, dog. That's not something you want to be around. So that's what I'm scared about. I'm not as worried about this pandemic, man. I feel like we're going to make it through and be fine in the next couple of months. But the economic toll, because our government is ran by a bunch of corporate sellout baboons who don't give a damn about the working class, that's scary. They gave away $4.25 trillion to the huge corporations with little to no regulation and oversight over how it's going to be spent. Trump and his goons are the ones handling all the funds. But in terms of the workers, in terms of the people, in terms of making sure that if we're going to pause the economy and people are going to lose their jobs, you can at least survive. You can at least pay for coronavirus treatment. You can at least not be kicked out on the streets. Oh, but hell no. Not our government. Up to $75,000 is insured on the unemployment insurance. But is everybody going to get that insurance? Right? Or the $1,200 little one-time payment, $600 per kid. Everybody can't get that. Low-income people can't get that. They don't have a bank account on file. At least some of them. That's millions of people right there. 30 million people are not going to be eligible for this payment. Not to mention nothing in there about helping pay for treatment of the damn virus. But that's how it is. The two biggest health insurance companies came out today and were like, hey, we'll help you out. Hey, no co-pays and no out-of-pocket expenses. How about that? If it's about a corona, you ain't going to go bankrupt. Great. Why do we have to depend on Aetna and whoever the other one was? Why do we have to depend on the goodwill of companies? What about everybody else? What about them? But see, that's how it is, man. That's how it is in America. That's some scary stuff. When they don't handle their constituents, when they don't ensure that they have the voters back. You voted for me. You're in my district. You are my constituent. I'll make sure that you're taken care of. That's not how democracy in America works, because it's not democracy. It's corporatocracy. That's how it is, man. Yeah. That's about to rear some consequences real quick. And I'll make sure I ain't in the way of that. I want to be part of the solution. You know, that's my dream, man. And, you know, another thing, man, the solution, progressives. That's what progressives are supposed to be, right? You know what's a problem with a lot of progressives now, bro? Y'all are too impractical. Y'all be bothering me with this shit. I was watching Jimmy Dore. Some of you more like really in tune into like the YouTube left community. Y'all, you know, y'all might know what Jimmy Dore is. A lot of y'all may not. Y'all just my boys, or y'all, you know, family or friends or whatever. Y'all may not know what Jimmy Dore is. Okay, I don't blame you. Look, this man Jimmy Dore, he was talking about Bernie, and you know, obviously they were trying to pass the coronavirus stimulus package, whatever. They passed it through, right? No progressive voted against it. You want to know why? People needed help. The virus is killing people. We need to help anyone we can. But here's Jimmy Dore, and here's a lot of these high-profile progressives talking about, y'all shouldn't have voted for that bill. You gotta have guts. You gotta have guts. You don't vote for that bill. Yeah, they were talking about, you should have organized, you should have did this, you should have did that, you shouldn't have voted for the bill, you should have held it up, blah, 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 blah. You should have set the narrative. I heard that when people say that. Dude, this is part of some of the problem, man. We're too unrealistic with how stuff's supposed to work. Now, don't take me as trying to sound like Joe Biden or Pete Buttigieg or whatever. I'm not talking about the policy aims. The policy aims are perfect. Perfect. And it's right in line with what the American people want. You're not impractical there. You're correct. And you should be proud of your correctness. You are correct. You are on the right side of history when it comes to policy. But the approach, dude, a lot of you progressives are ass when it comes to the approach. Bernie's not God. He's not God. Don't be mad at him for voting for a bill that was supposed to be saving lives. They did the best they could. It's a corrupt system. It's corrupt to the core. It's rotten to the core. So he did the best he could. AOC did the best she could. Ilhan Omar, Ro Khanna, Pramila Jayapal, all these people did the best they could to make sure that they got the best deal possible for the American people. Even with all of the terrible provisions, all of the cookie crumbs that they just gave, they at least secured the cookie crumbs. Because without them, we got no cookie crumbs. It would have just been disaster. So you praise God for the fact that they even existed. And dude, this is a fucking political machine they're up against. Political machine. This isn't just some anchors on CNN that they're up against. This is the whole machine, $1 billion infrastructure. If they wanna change the narrative, it's gonna take more than a few YouTubers. Take more than a couple of fringe shows. May not be fringe to us, but it's fringe to the public. That's how it goes, man. That's how the game is played. They can't just change the narrative overnight. That's not how it works. They had to vote for that bill. They had to. Their ass was on the line. They had to save lives, so they tried their best to save lives. They snuck in provisions that would help save lives. They did the best that they could. Without them voting for that bill and trying to utilize the bill to save lives, no lives would have been saved because they don't want to save lives. The people they're up against. That machine doesn't care about us. So look, man, that's a problem. That's something that really just frustrates me about the progressives sometimes, man. I love y'all to death and I'm with y'all ride or die. But we have to be sometimes we are too naive. Way, way, way too naive about the way the system really works. This is a cold world out here, man. It's a cold world, specifically in politics. You're not going to get everything that you want. You never will. But if you fight, if you utilize the system to the best of your abilities, maybe you can get something done. And utilize the outside game as well. And that's something that they're all on board for. When it comes to primarying corrupt Democrats, when it comes to having millions of people united, protesting, fighting in the streets, having their voices heard, utilizing public pressure and utilizing primarying and using the outside game to get what you want done on the inside. But you got to have the inside game going too, or you ain't ever going to get something actually passed. So that's another thing I wanted to say, man. People are just a little too naive sometimes, man. You gotta get deals done. That's how the game is played, man. That's how the game is played. It's a cold world out there, man. You're fighting a whole machine. You can't just get it. You can't just snap your fingers. Bernie isn't God. None of these people are God. Something ruffle my feathers a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, man. I'll tell you what, man. Bernie ain't God. And he had a lot of flaws with his campaign for sure. And hopefully, I want to see be the next standard bearer, somebody who could learn the lessons from the flaws that Bernie presented. I want AOC, man. I want AOC to run for president, for sure. I know she probably won't do it. She has a long journey to go, trying to do things in Congress and whatnot. But if she does, bro, oh, man. AOC's my idol, man. I love her. That's exactly where I want to be in like 10, 15 years. That's exactly where I want to be. That's me personally, that's what I want to be doing. I want to be like in an AOC type of role. That's what I want to be doing, man. I want to be on the front lines. I'll be yapping my mouth, speaking to millions of people, making an impact. That's my dream. That's my dream, to affect millions of lives in a bold and progressive way. And she's doing it, man. She's doing it. She's my idol. I love her to death, and I want her to run in 2024. She's an inspiration. So, hopefully we see a little AOC run, bro. But I don't think it's going to happen. But that is an interesting question. Who is going to take the mantle in 2024, right? Joe Biden's probably going to lose this election, but let's say he wins, okay? You think he's going to run for a second term? Come on now. Come on, bro. Come on. Let's keep it a buck. You think Joe Biden ain't going to run for a second term? What's he going to be like, 82, 81? Plus that man's losing his damn mind. Can't tell. I just thought it was something stupid. I can't say it out loud. Yeah, man. Joe Biden can't speak. He's about to be in his 80s, bro. Man can barely say English. Jesus Christ. Gotta tell you what. Man, So, who's going to be holding up the mantle then? Who's it going to be, bruh? Who's it going to be? I hope it's AOC. But there's a lot of viable candidates out there, man. And, I'll support any single one of them. If they're real. If Elizabeth Warren runs again, that's a separate conundrum. Because she already has the national profile. That's something that progressives are going to have to work against. They're going to have to build up the national profile. Now, I will say, Bernie didn't have as much of a national profile either. We knew him. We all knew him. Because he's Bernie. He's a legend. But he didn't have a national profile before 2016. That's something that the progressive, whoever it is going to have to do. But Elizabeth Warren doesn't have that. But then she's like a half progressive, dog. She's like a half progressive. Dude, Elizabeth Warren be getting on my last nerves. Oh my Jesus. Ooh, Elizabeth Warren. Israel-Palestine disaster. Just spewing propaganda. Oh, they have a right to. We have to protect Israel at all costs. They're a viable ally in the region. We have to protect them at all costs. The Palestinians must respect their right. Oh, shut up. Peddling nonsense about Iran. She's a foreign policy hawk. Okay, a lot of the talking points she spewed have been foreign policy hawkishness. And then, dude, she has the political instincts of a 7-year-old child. No, I'm so serious. Her political instincts are terrible. They are disastrous. Okay? Who told Elizabeth Warren to stop talking about economic populism? Who told her to stop hitting the wealth tax? And 2 cents will get you this. That was perfect. Wall Street, just hit them every time. Perfect. That economic populism, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Warren. Oh, perfect. People love that. Because they just want to be told. People want just 2 things. Tell me if you're going to protect my job, increase my wages, and then tell me if you are going to help my kids get ahead so they can live a better life than me. That's all they want. How you going to protect my job and how you going to help my kids. That's what they want. And as long as you hit those 2 things, usually they're all right with everything else. That's how it works in 2020, man. Because people, the income inequality has gotten so drastic. People are getting so effed over in the whole socioeconomic system. They just want the bare minimum. If you hit the bare minimum, they're going to rock with you. Right? But Elizabeth Warren didn't understand that. And her advisors certainly don't. So whoever told her to stop hitting economic populism, they need to be fired. And I have no faith she's going to, just stick to the basics in 2024. I don't think she will. And certainly won't in the general. That's for damn sure. She certainly won't in the general. I don't know. Yeah, we don't need somebody a little more real progressive than Elizabeth Warren be running. Because she has done herself no favors with the left. It's not endorsing Bernie 2016 and 2020. I don't know. Maybe they have beef. They have some type of personal beef or something. Yeah, but more realistically, man, I think that she wants to be liked. She wants to be an insider. She wants to be the progressive insider, though, the person who can kind of bridge the gap between, the progressive side of the Civil War and the establishment side of the Democratic Civil War. But the problem she doesn't understand is they never will like her. Never will. She lost that chance when she pushed Obama and berated him on and on him over and over and over again to have the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Once she did that, her chances were over because she's not a sellout. Usually, she's not a sellout. That's what she stood for just a few years ago. And at her best, that's still what she stands for. Fighting for working families. Fighting for progressive policy, at least economically. They're never going to like her because of that, man. They never will. We start talking about the fact that these dudes are sold out and corrupt and represent everything that's wrong with the American political system. Once that leaves your mouth, you've lost that friendship, bro. You burned that bridge. We're never going to be friends with the Democratic establishment. She doesn't understand that, bro. You're not going to be their friend. You are their opposition. In their eyes, you always will be. You're never going to be one of them. She don't get that. That's Elizabeth Warren's problem, dog. Hey, dog. That's why I ain't vote for her. You dig? You dig, man? That's why I ain't vote for her. Man. It's times are changing, though, for real. For real, man. I'm going to college soon, dog. Real soon. NYU. I was talking to my boy today about it, man. NYU is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a beautiful time for me, man. I've been waiting my whole life for something like this. You know, going to the most wild and big and just electric city in the country. One of the most in the world. One of the most electric cities in the country. You know what I'm saying? Just the energy, the vibe. It's electric, man. And I want to be a part of that. Not just so I can get lit. That's cool too. But the main thing is so I can affect change. That's always been my dream, man. Like when I was 11 or like 10 or 11 years old, I used to dream I want to be president of the United States. That was my dream, man. I remember it was 5th grade and I wrote a letter to the president being like, yo, I want to be just like you one day, to Obama. And that was before, I heard that, old boy had 8 wars going on with drone campaigns. But hey, that was my childhood fantasy, man. I wanted to be just like Obama. So it's huge for me, man, to be really starting that journey when it comes to internships and volunteering and getting involved in a variety of organizations and having, being able to really build on my resume politically. It's a huge thing for me, man. And this YouTube channel is a huge part of that. It's my opportunity to spread my reach and reach as many people as I can. And, view count may not be too amazing right now, for sure. But whoever does listen, it's an honor for me to be able to have an impact on you in any way possible, to inspire you in any way possible, to inform you in any way possible. That's my dream, man. It really is. It's what I want to do with my life. It's what I want to dedicate myself towards. And, it's a cause that I die for. And that's saying a lot because I'm scared of dying. I think I said this before on this podcast. I'm scared of dying. I ain't trying to die. I don't know what's up there, man. Shoot. Nobody knows what's up there. Okay, okay. Well, I take that back because, I got people who are religious who probably listen to this. Definitely family members too. And I love y'all. I do. I love y'all. And if God presented himself to me, I would probably love God. He said, the way y'all describe me seems cool. Benevolent, forgiving, sounds good. He's never presented himself to me, man. So, I don't have anything to compare it to. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man. Keep it a buck with you. Keep it real. Keep it on it. Yeah. Hey, I don't know what's up there. All right, I am not going up there until it is the time. Until my back is against the wall. Shit starts to go down. I'm like, hey, it is about that time. All right, let's make our peace. And that might be the time I try to pray. For real. Because at that point, it's, hey, I don't know what's up there. It really could be a sky wizard up there. And I'm going to make sure I'm on that man's good side. For sure, man. For sure. I used to be an atheist. I made a video earlier on this channel talking about why I became an atheist. I don't think I am anymore, bro. For real. I think I'm like an agnostic or maybe spiritual. That's a good term. I'm spiritual. I don't know, man. It's just how I feel. Cause, bro, I look around at the world and sometimes I'm just like, man, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Cause it is, man. Got the trees. Got the people smiling. Got the sun shining sometimes, man. Got nature just popping off at you. I'm like, damn, the world is beautiful. And I'm just like, something so beautiful and complex and amazing didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It obviously evolved and through evolution and billions of years of natural process, but a process that beautiful and amazing and kind of grand, because out of human control, for sure. That process had to come from something so much grander than humans as well. That's how I feel about it. So I guess I kind of believe in the existence of a higher power, but I don't. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't put my money on it being the Christian or Muslim or Jewish or whatever major religion's iteration of God. I don't think it would be that. I think it's something a little more abstract than that. Hey, I'm start talking about religion. I don't know. Yeah, man. Speaking of God, y'all think maybe this is the higher power, the force, the God, whatever you want to call this mystical higher power. You think this is their way, coronavirus, of getting back at us? Maybe just a little bit. No. Okay. Hey, man, I'm just saying. It's kind of wild this stuff is happening, specifically with the world being the way it is. Got 8 billion people running around on this damn planet. Resources are starting to be stretched out. You got the planet dying before our eyes. This is an interesting time to choose to have a pandemic. I'm just saying. I don't mean to creep you out. Just saying, maybe this is the way it was gonna go. We gonna see. We gonna see. So I'm gonna leave you with that, man. I'm gonna leave you with that. Watch you some. Yeah, that's probably why I've been watching a lot of apocalypse movies, man. Right now I'm watching The Walking Dead. Cause I was having some pride for my city. The Walking Dead was filmed in Atlanta. I was like, hey, okay. And yeah, now these like kind of like fate prophecies and like, just kind of the world ending is getting in my head. So, excuse me. All right. I'm out. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm landing the plane. It's awesome to ramble and have y'all be entertained by that. Tune in for next week's installment of the Rises podcast. And I'm telling you for real, I'm going to try to get some of my boys on here, or girls, get some of them on here so we can liven it up even more. You feel me? So stay safe out there for real, y'all. Stay home. Be safe. Do your part to end this crisis and moving forward. Stay live, stay informed, and it's going to be an economic crisis of wild proportions, man. So protect your own ass. So with that, I'm out. Peace, man. Stay safe.